Well, this is such a beautiful season in the high country of North Carolina. Fall is always a popular time to visit. Of course, with the devastation of Hurricane Helene, many of those towns are still not open yet for visitors. One community, though, that is open and has come together to help their neighbors literally just a couple miles down the road is Blowing Rock, North Carolina. And this morning we are joined by Kathy Barker, Vice President of Business Development for Blowing Rock. Kathy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, I know Blowing Rock, North Carolina really holds a special place in the hearts of so many people here in the Tri-Cities. Kind of give us an update on what you guys saw with Hurricane Helene.
Well, you know, it's been an unusual fall so far. We started out with a rain event that led to a tornado that went through Blowing Rock on September 25th. Then we had a few more days of rain after that, and then Hurricane Helene. So I think all combined, we ended up with over 30 inches of rain here in the high country.
Oh my goodness. And what kind of damage did you guys see from that storm?
Well, fortunately, Blowing Rock itself was spared from the wrath of Helene. But you go, 3, 5, 10 miles down the road outside of Blowing Rock, out 221 towards Grandfather Mountain, and that's where the devastation begins. It is just amazing. They say when hurricanes hit the coast, the waters rise, but when hurricanes hit the mountains, the waters rage, and they were so right about that.
And I know you guys, like many other communities, then kind of went into action. What can we do to help our neighbors? And you said it's been incredible to see the community come together.
It has been. We were spared, and because of that, people immediately picked up the phone. They started coming to the chamber here in Blowing Rock, and they're like, what can we do? What can we do? People were like, I want to volunteer. I want to help. I need to do anything that I can do, to help my neighbors. We need to bring our community together, and that's exactly what happened. But the interesting thing was, as you mentioned earlier, people were coming from far away as Nebraska, Colorado. They were bringing truckloads of items from their churches, from their community centers and things like that, and it was just so heartwarming.
It's such a beautiful place. I think we're all just so blessed and moved by the mountains in North Carolina. And of course, you guys, I know the fall season, so important for your local businesses.
Oh, absolutely. We have a few less colorful leaves on the trees right now, but a lot of good things have happened. The Parkway reopened last week. We have a 20-mile stretch now open right outside of Blowing Rock. The shop owners, our restaurants, our hotels, all of our retailers are all open for business, and they are stocked for Christmas. They are ready to go. This is their biggest month. This is when they make all of their revenue to get them through the winter. So they were struggling. There for a couple of weeks, people were worried, I might lose my shop. I've had to lay off people, my employees. But all of a sudden, we started changing our messaging, and we kind of got looped in with Asheville and, Avery, Mitchell counties and all of that, where all the devastation was. And we were able to kind of release ourselves from that. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, we're open for business. Come see us. We want to see you. And then the streets filled up. And I can't even tell you, this past Saturday, we had so much going on in our town. Not only did we have a home ASU football game, but we had Monster March. We had festivals going on. We had an Oktoberfest. Our streets were full. It was like a typical fall weekend here for us here in Blowing Rock, in the surrounding area in Boone. And it was so good to see that, to help the artisans that lost all of those festivals and art shows in October, to help, help make up for those lost revenues.
Kathy, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking with you this morning.
It was a pleasure for me as well.
All right, we're going to give everybody a website. If you would like to plan your trip, of course, as she said, you can visit them on Facebook. You can also check out that website that she told you. Blowing Rock, North Carolina, open for business. And we also want to pass along some more good news. Of course, Tweetsie Railroad right there in Blowing Rock, they did have to cancel their Halloween festival, but they will be reopening for their Christmas festival, and that's right around the corner. You can check out the website for more on that. Also, they recently had the concert for Carolina, and of course, so much money was raised for that. Eric Church had announced as well that they have committed to rebuilding at least 100 homes in Avery County, North Carolina, and he says that rebuilding process will begin immediately. So a lot of wonderful things happening as we continue to come together to help those in need. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap up Daytime Tri-Cities coming up in just a few minutes.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by travel expert Kathy Kennedy.